Good afternoon. Welcome to TV 50's coverage of Green Machine football from Bob Reed Field in Geneseo. It's a Class 4A semifinals. Geneseo versus Rockford Lutheran. Both teams 11-1 and on 8-game win streaks. Hi everyone, this is Lauren Lemke along with Bob Pettit. It's cold, temperature around 20 degrees, the wind chill around 10 degrees, and Geneseo is 6-0 at this home field this season. They have 2 playoff shutouts to go along with it. And for Geneseo, Bob Pettit, this is the biggest stage you can have at home, is to win a semifinal football game, and Geneseo is 1 game away from state.
This is it. They're looking pretty, they're looking extremely well offensively and defensively, both sides of the ball, and they've been playing extremely well at home. They got a nice big crowd, regardless of the weather. Rockford Lutheran brought a nice little crowd over there, and the tunnel is forming here for the Maple Leafs. Got a nice sized pep band to start with, cheerleaders and a few fans gathering out there.
About 3 minutes from the kickoff between Geneseo and Rockford Lutheran. Geneseo with wins over Genoa Kingston and Plano, and a win last week at Chicago Phillips. Meanwhile, for the Crusaders, they beat the number 2 seed Harvard last week, a team that was 11-0 and came from behind to do so. They were down by 10 heading into the fourth quarter and won 28-24. The question for the Crusaders is their star running back. How healthy is he? James Robinson has 2,500 yards rushing on the season, was warming up but didn't look so good. has an ankle injury.
As the Leafs come through the tunnel, and looks like no pregame injuries. You always hope nobody trips over the circle there coming through the banner, but as you mentioned, it's questionable how healthy. When you have somebody who runs for 2,400 yards in a season, you rely on that individual a great deal. He's only a sophomore. He's had 2 great seasons already with the varsity, and set all kinds of career records if he remains healthy. But we don't know how healthy he is today. He is limping noticeably. He's not 100%, but whether he plays or not, we don't know yet. It's yet to be seen.
Robinson, James Robinson, a sophomore, has 43 rushing touchdowns, 6 receiving touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. He's actually 2 touchdowns away from tying a state record for touchdowns in a season. John Durgo of Morris has the record in 2005. And Lutheran does have a good quarterback in Kendall Lawson. He's thrown for over 1,900 yards and 18 touchdowns. And for the Geneseo defense, they're going to start Lane Akery at linebacker today. And again, it's that 3-4 defense, the front 7, really didn't make the difference here for Geneseo today, how they can control this offense for Rockford Lutheran.
Well, they agree they can pick up an extra down lineman anytime they want and switch the defenses off. We contributed to that state record of Durgo's, and I'm hoping we don't contribute to the gentleman breaking it here today.
Yeah, the year before, that's when Morris knocked out Geneseo, I think in a semifinal game in 2004. For Geneseo, they're going to start with the football. They'll be going from right to left towards the north end zone into this northwest wind. And back for Geneseo, it's Ryan Pitra and Joey Medina, both juniors. The Geneseo backfield in the playoffs, Ray Singbush has almost 500 yards from scrimmage and 5 touchdowns. Lane Akery averaging 107 yards rushing per game and 4 touchdowns. And Ryan Webster with 200 yards rushing in 3 playoff games and 3 touchdowns. It's the balanced attack running the football today for Geneseo.
Even though we didn't get to watch the coin flip or couldn't tell exactly what happened, my guess would be that we lost the coin flip, and Rockford Lutheran, in winning the coin flip, decided to defer.
Adam Pearson will kick off for the Crusaders with a wind at his back, and he usually can kick this about 40-50 yards. So we have Pitra and Medina inside the 5-yard line. And we're set to get this Class 4A semifinal game underway. He has the whistle. Here's the approach. This kick heading towards Pitra and into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So we'll see the Geneseo offense, a senior offensive line led by Jeremy May at center, Rob Smith at left guard, Nathan Franke at right guard, and the tackles Mike Murray on the left side, Nick Verbeck on the right side.
Well, the wind already a factor because it took that kickoff and just carried it right out into the end zone. And the Leafs will be going against the wind in this first quarter. They can hang on to the football so that Rockford Lutheran does not get the ball with the wind. It's going to be a great advantage.
Lutheran up tight. They have 3 defensive linemen down as Geneseo goes in their 2-tight formation. It's Akery coming off the left side, stood up at the 25-yard line and pushed back.
Yep, they're going to mark him right at the 25. And again, the offensive line helping with the power surge. Got the initial surge and got him in a nice little hole, and then just kept leg driving. It's Maple Leaf football.
Geneseo averaging 36 points a game. Lutheran giving up 21 points, and this Geneseo offense with 300 yards rushing per game. They pick up 5 on first down. It's 2nd and 5. Football between the hashes. Snyder will hand it off to Acree again, running right behind Webster. It's a first down run out to the 31-yard line. Nice blocking again by the offensive line, just blowing a nice little hole. Rockford Lutheran obviously packing everybody in tight, just like everybody else does. Not quite as tight as we saw last week against Phillips, but they're packing it in, and you blow a little hole there, and that seam can open up. Back to the line of scrimmage. Jacob Van Doren starts at tight end. He's on this left side. He's a sophomore. And Drew Himmelman on the right side. Snyder keeps it himself after faking to Acree out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
That's something we didn't see last week. We kept expecting Snyder to keep the football, but probably going to see a little more of that today. Everybody tackled the first 2 backs through and left a little bit of running room.
Lutherans had a little trouble stopping the run. Rochelle's running back had 240 yards rushing 2 weeks ago. And most of those yards to the left side of the defensive line for the Crusaders. On 2nd and short, Acree has a first down, takes the pile across the 45-yard line, stopped at the 46.
Just manhandling the defensive line is the Geneseo offensive line. And the running backs just tucking that football in. One of the keys we've been talking about for 2 weeks now is don't put the ball on the ground. 5 fumbles lost against Plano, and we have not seen the ball on the ground since.
10:20 to play in this opening quarter. Geneseo on the opening drive. We're scoreless. 1st and 10 from the Green Machine 46-yard line. Snyder looks over this defense. Tosses it back. First carry for Ray Singbush. Gets outside and is driven outside the Geneseo sideline at the 49. It's a gain of 3.
Okay, had to wait to see if he popped back up. He was about 3 yards out when he hit the ground. It was looking for a flag, but there was none. Just kept on driving him beyond the sideline.
Austin Barnhart, number 55, he's their inside linebacker, 6'1", 205. They also have Nate Waiting, who's 6'5", 200 at safety. 2nd down and 7. It's Acree with room to run, bounces off a defender, still on his feet. Acree getting close to the first down, he has it, and they finally get him down at the 42-yard line of Rockford Lutheran. Another first down for the Maple Leafs.
This has been the MO of this football team. Boy, they just drive. They leg drive. They get hit at the line of scrimmage and just keep driving. He bounced off like a pinball. But the offensive line surge does not stop. They are not content to make one block. They just keep on driving right downfield.
Ball at the Crusaders 42. 9:06 to play in the first quarter. And Geneseo calls a timeout.
Coach Johnson did not like what he saw for some reason, come running over to the official. Wants to talk about it. That's kind of early to call a timeout when the Leafs are driving, but he obviously saw something he didn't like.
Well, Lane Acree's been the workhorse on this opening drive. I think he's touched it 5 out of the 6 times. And Geneseo started at their own 20 on a touchback. They have it inside the 45 of Rockford Lutheran, spotted at the 42.
Gave the ball to Ray Singbush one time, and then Snyder kept the ball himself. Otherwise, Acree has been the horse.
Right, I forgot about Race's 1 carry. He comes into this game 23 yards from 1,000 yards rushing on the season. And Race has led this team in rushing and receiving. He leads them all in all those categories and was named an all-state player here. We saw that announcement late yesterday and was in the newspaper today. So congratulations to Race.
That's that's outstanding, because a lot of times when you don't have those gaudy numbers, you know, when you have a balanced attack and you have about 1,000 yards, that's very good. But it isn't gaudy like 2,400 yards. But that's quite an honor, because they obviously recognize he plays within the framework of a good team.
After the Geneseo timeout, they line up double tight. Singbush on the wing to the right. It's Acree. Bounces off a defender and gets a few more yards after contact. Stop at the 36-yard line. It's a run of 6 yards, a gain of 6 for Geneseo.
I think we can take 6 yards on first down. Green Machine just driving the football. All they have to do is hang on to it. The linemen just have to keep blowing off the line of scrimmage, because I don't think, unless they get tougher on the other side real quick, they're not going to contain the Green Machine offensive line.
2nd and 3. Ball on the Rockford Lutheran 36. It's Acree this time to the right side. Acree close to the first down marker. Looks like he'll be about a half a yard short.
Kind of depends on which sideline marker they take. The guy on this side looked like he gave him a little more. It's very close. Very close.
Was it close enough to measure?
Without measuring, he holds his hands 3 inches apart. It signals that they got 3rd and 3 inches.
Opening quarter, 7:55 to play. We're scoreless. Geneseo 3rd and short from the Rockford Lutheran 32. Acree just got enough for the first down.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him this time.
To the 31. All he needed was a few inches. He got a yard.
He wouldn't fool anybody on that play, though. They knew where that ball was going. Right up the middle. Picked up the first down on the change move. Leafs are on the move at the 31-yard line. Very methodically running the clock. A sustained drive is what they needed here in this first quarter, going against the wind, because we really don't want to have Rockford Lutheran with that with the football with the wind at their backs.
Joe Thomas comes in at tight end, brings the play in. Luke Snyder under center behind Jeremy May. It's 1st and 10 from the 30. Counterplay, Singbush. Caught at the line of scrimmage, able to get 2 yards to the 28. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One man turned him in. If he could have got past that one guy, he might have got some serious yardage, because they went for that. They got trapped big time. Nice hole on that thing. Just one man got underneath. It was the end pitching in. Kind of squeaked underneath Van Dorn just a little bit. Van Dorn's trying to drive him to the ground, but foiled that play just a bit.
Van Dorn and Himmelman at the tight end positions. Jacobson will line up on the left side. Webster behind him at the wing. Acree with the call. Acree still on his feet and finally down at the 25-yard line. 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Green Machine offense. 6:41 to play in the first quarter. Opening drive for the Maple Leafs, and we're scoreless.
Obviously want to pick it up on this down, but they are in 4th down territory. And I'm not sure you want to kick a field goal 42 yards. They don't pick it up here. That's 42 yards against the wind. Probably not. You stand a better chance of picking up that first down.
Big 3rd down play for the Green Machine. Webster in the backfield with Acree. Singbush will line up in the wing to the right from the 25-yard line, and movement before the ball.
That's not going to help.
That's going to cost Geneseo 5 yards and put them back at 3rd and 10.
Not going to help. That's a possibility. That was a double go. Might have been a long count. And yep, that's exactly what it was. It's supposed to be a long count, and that's so hard. You get your body trained to go. It's hard to hold back.
And then you got Van Dorn, who's so far from the football, that wind blowing, he maybe didn't even hear the call. Maybe he heard the call. It's put Geneseo back 3rd and 10 here. With we just went under the 6-minute mark of this opening quarter. Geneseo started from their own 20. They have it at the 30-yard line of Rockford Lutheran. 3rd and 10. Jordan Melke splits to the left. It's Webster trying to sweep right, and he's wrapped up by the face mask at the 27-yard line, but no call.
There's something high, and he's either the face mask or the horse collar. Something grabbed him high and flipped him. But there was 2 officials standing right there, and there is no call. Oh yeah, had him by the shoulder pads, flipped him down. But there is no call on that, so it's going to be 4th and a pretty tough 6 yards they're going to have to get here.
Football on the right hash on Rockford Lutheran's 27-yard line. Geneseo crowd coming to their feet. 4th and a long 6. Melke splits out left, double wing formation for the Green Machine. Webster in motion, gets the call. Coming around the left side. Cuts it back as he eludes one defender, and now fumbles the ball as he gets hit. And it's a loose football, and it's going to come out Rockford Lutheran recovers it, and they bring it out a short ways to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to call that down at the 31-yard line. They're going to call it down. He did not advance it, but I think he's calling the running back down, so I don't think the fumble will stand up in the stats. Very little difference in the yardage where they get the ball. Regardless of whether it's a fumble or a fourth down stop, Rockford Lutheran gets the football at the 31-yard line.
Defensively for Geneseo, up front, A.J. Marmion at nose guard. And then they're playing a 4-3. Lane Akery's going to come up, play on a down lineman on the inside. Verbeck and Murray on the outside on the defensive line to throw. Lawson, with the wind at his back, completes it to a 6'5" receiver, Nate Weeding. And Weeding looks to be a first down for Rockford Lutheran out at the 42-yard line.
Give him about a 5-yard buffer, and then after he caught the football, made a nice little move. Fooled a couple guys over there. Patterson brings him down. Mislow ready to pop him if he didn't go down with Patterson.
4:43 to play in the first quarter. Scoreless between Geneseo and Lutheran. 1st and 10. Mix up in the backfield. Lawson's going to keep it himself and gets drilled at the 45-yard line after a gain of 2.
Cooper Humphreys on the drill. But, you know, again, that broken play is something you really want to try to capitalize on, try to get a tackle for a loss. But he scrambled, got the ball out. It's going to be 2nd and about 6 or 7.
Linebackers Kyle Patterson, Brandon Mislow, and Ryan Pitra. The 4-3 defense today for Geneseo. Robinson in the backfield. He gets the carry. His first call. Spins at the 50-yard line and tries to get to the first down marker. He may have it as it's right directly across from us.
Looks like he does, and he didn't look like he was gimping on that particular play. He exploded through the line, had up a couple spin moves. He came through that line pretty quick. Put a nice spin move on it, picked up a couple yards after contact.
Back-to-back first downs for the Crusaders that they have receivers spread out left and right, 2 on each side. Lawson in the gun. Next to him is Robinson to throw the ball. Lawson scrambling around. Verbeck chasing. Throws the football, completes it again to Weeding at the 30-yard line, and he's tough to bring down as he gains an additional 6 yards down to the Geneseo 24.
That's a load of a receiver right there. Once he gets the football, looks like he'd just like to run over people.
Weeding missed a lot of games this season for Lutheran. He has 21 receptions on the season for 240. He caught 10 passes last week for 100 yards.
It's obviously that's a favorite target.
Wind at their back. Lutheran threatening here inside the 25-yard line. First quarter scoreless, 3:30 to play. Lawson to run it to the right. Geneseo trying to get to him, and he runs out of bounds with no contact and has it near the 16.
Well, the Leafs always take a little while adjusting to the offense. It seems like the first drive is always the most difficult to adjust to defensively, but it's about time they're going to have to adjust because it's 2nd and short, 2nd and about 3, and it's getting close to it's in the red zone, getting close to that touchdown.
Football on the right hash at the Geneseo 17. 2nd down play. Throw it out, complete it to Robinson, trying to come upfield. Akery and Verbeck meet him for little or no gain. It'll be 3rd and about 3 for the Crusaders.
Once his forward progress was stopped, Verbeck trying to yank him back. That was a backward pass, so that would have been a live ball had he missed that pass or that reception.
This is the place on the field where the Geneseo defense shuts the door on teams here in the playoffs. 3rd and 3 from the Geneseo 17.
Got 4 wideouts.
Robinson gets the call. Marmion makes contact, slows him down, and then he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage.
The other big boys,
he's up slow.
All the other big boys are in there. Verbeck and Murray pounce on him after Marmion slows him down a bit. And it's going to be a 4th down call. They have the wind at their back, and they have an opportunity to kick a field goal, but they're going to go for this.
Robinson's going to come off the field.
Robinson is hobbling a bit.
4th and a long 2. They do have a field goal kicker in Adam Pearson. He's made a 35-yard field goal this season, but with that wind, I think they're going to end up going for it, and they are. They line it up. Spread formation, 4th and 2. Quarterback in the pocket, throws a pass, it's tipped, intercepted by the Green Machine. It's Ray Singbush who comes up with his third pick of the year. And the fourth down play is stopped by the Green Machine defense.
Well, Lauren, I think these guys just like drama just a little bit. You know, they let the opposing team just move the football down the field at will, and then about the 16-yard line, they decide to play football, put a stop to them. They were going nowhere. He could have knocked that to the ground and would end up in about the same place, but he picked up, I take that back, he picked up about 5-6 yards by receiving that ball and bringing it, advancing it forward.
2 minutes on the clock. We're in the first quarter. No score. Class 4A semifinal game. Geneseo with the ball back. Acree. No gain on the right side. Again, he gets stood up again. They haven't really brought Acree down.
No, they're tackling high. That's the reason that pile keeps getting a lot of surge. They're just tackling high, and he's bouncing off a few of them. When they do wrap him, you know, they're wrapping him high. Sometimes the Geneseo offensive line is behind that push. That time they were not. They didn't have a chance to get behind it.
2nd and 10. Singbush will line up on the wing to the right. Comes in motion. Webster with the carry behind Acree. Spins his way to the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Geneseo in this first quarter. 1:15 to play in this first period.
Well, accomplish one thing is trying to burn a lot of clock in this first quarter. Obviously, you want to score while you're burning clock, but at least going against the wind, if they can come out of this thing without giving up any points, you know, that's one of the objectives.
Key to pick up the first down here. You do not want to have to punt into this gusty northwest wind. At the line, Snyder takes the snap, gives it to Acree. First down run. And finally brought down at the 36.
He was hanging on that football with both hands. I don't think he realized if he just would have spun a little bit, he might have run for a long distance because there was nobody else there after he bounced off that last tackler.
That first down carry for Acree stops the clock, and now they start it back up again.
Watching the replay, they did have a hold of his leg, so it wasn't as easy as it looked. They are tackling high for the most part here.
40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Back to Acree. Lane to the 39, a 3-yard run. And that might be the last play of this quarter. Webster has to come off the field. I think he lost his helmet.
The approach the Leafs have been taking, of course, with on the ground, the wind doesn't have a major effect. But even running against the wind is no fun.
No need to snap the football here. 10 seconds to play. And Geneseo's going to let this clock run out. Well, we played one in this Class 4A semifinal game, and the score remains Geneseo 0, Rockford Lutheran 0.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Start of the second quarter from Bob Reed Field, Class 4A semifinals. With Bob Pettit, I'm Lauren Lemke. No score in this one between Geneseo and Rockford Lutheran. Geneseo's going to start the second period with the football, facing a 2nd and 7 from their own 40-yard line.
After that little commercial break, just wondering if you had to tap up Turpins for transportation to the football game again today. They would have given it to you, you know they would.
I came in by a glider.
So the Leafs are 60 yards from pay dirt, but they've been methodically moving the football quite well. A penalty may have been the culprit on the last drive. A 5-yard penalty really put it to him.
Snyder will take the snap. Second back, it's Singbush. And not much there for the senior wing back 2 yards. It's a 3rd and 5.
This is what we were seeing a lot towards the end of the regular season, is the teams keying on Singbush and really trying to stop that attack. And when that happens, the fullback spot really gets some yardage, and Acre has been kind of piling it up today. But that looked very similar to what we saw at the end of the regular season right there.
Ryan Pitra was in the backfield that last play. He's going to be replaced by Ryan Webster. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Football at the Geneseo 43-yard line. In motion is Singbush. Give it to Webster up the middle, puts his head down but runs into a wall, and Geneseo will have to punt here on 4th and 3.
Well, they did hang on the football long enough to get the wind to their back. Not a good outcome, of course, having to punt the football, but the wind will be behind them, and let's see who goes out there, whether it's White, it is Wallach. I know Greg Rusk had been punting prior to his injury, but they're staying with Kevin Wallach.
Kevin averaging about 37 yards per punt. He's at a long of 65, and with this wind, should be able to get a pretty good distance on it. For Lutheran, number 3, Dario Ingardona is back. And here's the punt, which is going to bounce about the 25. Get a nice Geneseo roll and stop at the 16-yard line. That's where Lutheran will start for the second time in this game. We're scoreless. Second period, 10:30 to play before halftime.
Well, we'll see how Rockford Lutheran reacts against the wind. They threw the ball quite neatly during, in the first quarter with the wind at their back. Could be just a little bit of a different story here.
We'll check and see if Robinson is in the backfield as they break the huddle, and he did not. Was not in on that 4th down play, and Robinson's going to line up about a yard ahead of his quarterback Lawson. 4 down linemen for Geneseo. Mislow showing blitz, backs off to throw the ball. With pressure, Lawson moving out of the pocket, puts it up, and it is caught at the 25-yard line. Or did he drop it? Geneseo coaching staff says he bobbled it as he was going down.
They're gonna confer. Okay, the official closest to the catch said it was a catch. Other 2 officials came in to concur on the issue. Oh, that was definitely on the ground. Too bad they don't use the replay, because the Leafs would have won that one.
Luke Anderson with a 9-yard reception, and it's 2nd and 1 from the Lutheran 25. Lawson to hand it off to Robinson. He's met in the backfield and brought down for a loss on the play. A.J. Marmion.
Marmion read that. He was not going to be fooled. Robinson just got the football, and he met A.J. Marmion head on. I don't know if A.J. had time to introduce himself or not, but he put it to him.
Marmion with his 4th tackle for loss this season. Makes it 3rd and 5 for the Crusaders. Out of the gun. Lawson looking to throw. Pressure coming. Down he goes. He's sacked by A.J. Marmion.
The 3 big boys were all putting pressure back there. Nick Verbeck and Mike Murray, along with A.J. Marmion, put great pressure, and he was going nowhere. Marmion ended up slamming him to the ground. Good thing he didn't get a slamming penalty. But the crowd is riled up. I'm yelling because I can't hear myself. The crowd is going crazy.
First sack of the season for Marmion. That's 25 team sacks. And now Pearson's going to be standing at the goal line for Rockford Lutheran to punt the ball to Matt Rowley, who's at the Lutheran 40-yard line. 8:47 to play. Scoreless first half. We're in the second quarter. Pearson's punt. And a short one bounces at the 30 and it'll be down at the 36-yard line. Geneseo's going to start 36 yards away from a first score if they can put a drive together on a short field.
That was a tremendous advantage to the Maple Leafs on that field position exchange. They had to punt the ball away. They picked up about 25 yards on that exchange because of the wind factor, primarily because of the wind, also a little bit because of the sacks, defensive sacks. But that, you punt into that wind, it's brutal today.
Geneseo's 3rd drive. They've turned it over on downs and had to punt their last series. Melke's going to split out wide right. Acree with the carry, and he's met almost head on at the line of scrimmage, gets a yard out of it. But a big team here defensively for Rockford Lutheran. They're not your typical 4A football team.
No, they're packing it in there tight. They're adjusting to the fullback carrying the football up the middle. It's going to have to eventually open up something wide.
Again, Nate Weeding, number 44, makes the stop for Lutheran on that, a solo tackle. And we haven't seen too many players make a solo stop on Akery this season. 2nd and 9 from the Lutheran 35-yard line. And Geneseo with the play clock almost down to 0. Did they get their second timeout in? And they did. So that prevents a 5-yard penalty. And Geneseo will have to use it. Timeout number 2 and stops the clock. 7:51 to play. Second quarter, no score between Geneseo and Rockford Lutheran. 4A semifinals from Bob Reed Field.
Well, the timeout situation in the first half isn't usually as critical as the second half, so you know you got to get it right. That a 5-yard penalty would have really been painful at that situation. Ball sitting at the 35, you have a lot of options to get that, move that ball upfield, pick up a first down, or you know you're almost in 4-down territory as it is. You get that thing within Kevin Wolick range now. You know you got the wind at your back. It's a little bit of a crosswind, so you know it's not an easy chip shot at all, but at least it's not kicking into the wind. Really want to put some points on the board this time.
We haven't seen a pass yet from Geneseo. Again, they do have the wind at their back. We'll probably see what they can get on this play. Again, they need it's a 2nd down and 8 coming up from the Lutheran 35. Teams back out onto the field. It's been a defensive struggle for both sides today.
They could put this thing up or you know run some sort of an option, something wide. They're
Nope.
packing it in tight.
Senior Jordan Melke wide right to spread out this field to this side. Snyder, keeper, 2 fakes, spins his way, puts his head down, and drives the legs out to about the 27-yard line.
That's going to be really close.
About a yard short.
It's going to be very close, yep.
But it's 3rd down coming up. We're okay here.
Well done. That's the play they need to have. You know, they can't stop them all. If they're going to stop Singbush and they're going to stop Akery, something's got to work. Snyder kept the football, just kind of tucked it in, little back cut, found some nice yardage.
Luke hasn't ran the ball a whole lot this year. He's got 400 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns. And the senior quarterback looks over the Crusaders defense. 6 guys down on the line. And it's Mislow, Brandon Mislow, hasn't touched the football since the Sterling game. Picks up a key 1st down for Geneseo. They'll move the chains.
Well, if they think they're going to stop Lane Akery, maybe just put Mislow in there. They won't recognize the number. 46 and 43, you know, a little bit of a change up there. Mislow picks up some really big yardage. That's a really big 1st down.
Mislow went out. He had 457 yards rushing when he was hurt in the Sterling game. Akery's come in and had 658. I think the Geneseo fullbacks have maybe lost 5 yards all season. That's how strong that offensive line is, how quick they hit the hole.
Okay, we're going to get a timeout. Rockford Lutheran, they didn't like the way things were lining up here.
Clock stopped, 6:53 to play. 2nd period, no score. Geneseo on the move. They have it 1st and 10 at the Rockford Lutheran 23-yard line. With Bob Pettit, I'm Lauren Lemke. Class 4A semifinals. Doesn't get any bigger than this for a home game. The winner going on to the state finals Friday night, 7 p.m., Northern Illinois University, Husky Stadium in DeKalb. Geneseo trying to get there for the 10th time in school history.
It's a big stage. It's a big game. For a quarter and a half here, it's just been a stalemate. Both teams have been able to move the football to some degree, but really can't punch it in. And it's been pretty even. It really has been a pretty even game for a quarter and a half, but there's still 2.5 to go, so a lot of football yet to be played.
Geneseo's used 2 timeouts. Lutheran just took their 1st timeout. So the Leafs have one remaining this half, and Lutheran has 2. Back comes the Green Machine offense. 1st and 10, again from the 23-yard line of Lutheran. Counter play, Singbush goes back up the middle, nothing to the outside, and he's down at the 19. A 4-yard run for Singbush.
He didn't miss by much of getting that ball cut back. If he'd have been able to cut back, there was a lot of grass over on this side. Just couldn't get through there. But still a nice pickup. You know, you always take that. You get picked up about 5 on 1st down. We'll take that.
2nd down and 6 inside the 20-yard line. Webster gets the toss. Breaks a tackle, gets inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. May have the 1st down. We'll see where they mark it
It looks like he's going to be about a half a yard short again, but once again, they're trying to tackle high, and Webster just shook him off. Two guys hit him high right near the line of scrimmage. He just ducked right under him, and you got to get low to tackle these guys.
So it's
we hope they don't figure that out.
3rd and short. Geneseo has the football at the 15-yard line of Lutheran. Acree, first down and more to the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the Green Machine. Tell you what, number 44 for Rockford Lutheran, he's lining up wherever they think they're running the football. He's their main guy to stop the run.
He is. He's keying on it. If you can block, you put a block on him, seal him off, might be some big yardage. Yep, they dropped the flag, so it is 1st and goal. The nose of the ball is exactly on the 10-yard line.
5:35 to play before halftime. No score. Geneseo threatening here at the Lutheran 10-yard line. 1st and goal to go. Acree left side. To the 5, to the 3, and for a touchdown! It's a Green Machine score! Lane Acree, 10-yard touchdown run.
Don't try to tackle him high because you're not going to get him. He just busted right through it. There was like 5 guys trying to wrap their arms around him. He just kept plowing through.
Geneseo scores the first touchdown, and if you're the 10th caller to Roma Pizza, you win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only must redeem within 1 week. Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
The final man he actually had to run over was Ray Singbush. Ray's trying to get out of the way. There was nobody but the two of them taking it into the end zone.
It took almost 18 minutes to get on the board here for Geneseo. Now Kevin Wolak with the wind at his back. His extra point try is on its way. It's good. Geneseo 7, Rockford Lutheran 0, 5:23 to play before halftime.
Well, just what the doctor ordered. You want to score first in this football game. It's been kind of a bit of a chess match up to this point. Both teams moving the football, but the Police put it across the goal line.
A short field for Geneseo thanks to A.J. Marmion's 2 defensive plays, forcing Rockford Lutheran to punt. Geneseo took over from the Lutheran 36-yard line. 7 plays, picked up 2 key first downs. 3 minutes and 12 seconds for the scoring drive. It was a 10-yard touchdown run by Lane Acree. Wolak with the extra point. We're at 7-0, Green Machine. Semi-final game. 3rd home game of the playoffs for Geneseo. That's just unheard of. A 4 seed getting 3 home games, but we'll take it. We're glad we're here today.
It just happens. It happened. What's really odd is the biggest upset was Phillips upsetting
Evergreen Park,
and they got the home game. That was one where you expect maybe you get a home game, but they hadn't had enough home games. But 5 minutes here and 23 seconds left to go here with the wind at their back yet. The Leafs would like to get a stop and another score here in the first half.
Wolak to kick off. 2 deep return men for Lutheran at the 5. His kick coming down, and it hits at the 6 and goes in the end zone. Austin Sikora slipped, trying to make that catch, and the ball went over his head. It'll be a touchback.
Well, he slipped, but he also misjudged the football. That wind, again, I think just fooled him completely because he come running up on the ball. The reason he slipped is because he stopped and tried to go back. That ball, before he slipped, it was still 3 yards past him over his head, and he wasn't going to get it either way. And that wind is a big factor.
We've got to take advantage of this now with Lutheran going into the wind. 5:23 to play before halftime. We can come up with a quick stop here. We can get the football back and get another score here because Lutheran's going to start the 3rd quarter with the football.
Worked very well on the last possession. The last possession for Rockford Lutheran was 3 and out.
Different formation here for Lutheran. Wheating's in the backfield along with Logan Davis, and they try to power it up the middle, and that big defensive line for Geneseo closes the door after a 1-yard gain.
They did. They met him right at the line of scrimmage, and he did pick up. Well, they're giving him yards. Got Grant Pritchard also in that line. That big line just got bigger.
Pritchard at 230, lining up inside defensive tackle. Pressure coming. Lawson gets away from Verbeck and then runs out of bounds as he's chased over there by Kyle Patterson. Does come out with a nice 5-yard run. Looks to be out 3rd and 4 for the Crusaders.
Several guys over on the pursuit. I think Singbush actually might have knocked him out of bounds. Patterson was all over him. He was just trying to keep from blasting him, getting the penalty. But it's got a big 3rd down here for the Leafs, 3rd and 3.
Robinson.
Get a stop here, you get that football.
James Robinson not in the lineup for the Crusaders.
The last time he walked off, he was walking very gingerly.
3rd and 3. Motion. Long count. Lawson takes the snap. Looks over the middle. Fires the ball high. It is caught by Weeding, and he gets free over Geneseo's 45-yard line down to the 43. And that's a first down play.
That's one big offensive end. Patterson finally brought him down. Patterson wrapped him. If Patterson would have not been able to grip him, he'd have went to the end zone.
It's a tough matchup for this Geneseo defense. Weeding's 6'5", and that ball was put up only where he could catch it. He bobbled it.
He's not a toothpick 6'5" either. He's a healthy man.
Lawson, flushed from the pocket, rolls to his left, throws, and gets an open receiver. Pass caught at the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Matt Rowley makes the tackle. Also helping out is Trevor Craig, and Rowley gets back out.
He gets up slow, kind of holding his shoulder just a little bit.
4:28 to play before halftime. Geneseo just scored about a minute ago, but Lutheran's on the march. They have it at the Geneseo 27-yard line. Make it the 23. Again, trying to throw the ball is Lawson in the pocket. Throws, another completion. No, the ball is dropped. Did not have possession of it long enough as it came out.
The crowd wanted that to be a catch and fumble, but he did not squeeze that football long enough. It's going to be second down here again, and this is the territory where the Leafs get tough.
Lutheran's been down here one other time today.
The receivers are open, though. He was open. He just missed the football.
On 2nd and 10, Lawson trying to scramble around, gets away, throws a low pass, and it's caught. No, it's incomplete.
It's going to be 3rd and 10. That incompletion. It looked like he may have caught the football. He's on the ground.
Weeding is down, who tried to make that catch, and again, he just had a reception of about 30 yards a moment ago. He was hurt earlier in the season. He missed a lot of games, and he's down looking, an ankle maybe?
He's writhing in pain, so he's rolling around. I mean, he's not out cold. He's got something on the lower extremities down there. It's his left something. It's either ankle or knee, and they're attending to it now. But he is the major threat. Now you take away the receiving threat along with the running back. Obviously, they're going to have to use some depth. See how much depth they've got.
Clock stop. 4:07 to play before halftime, and Ryan Pitcher came in. We're just kind of looking at the replay here. Pitcher came in and made contact while Weeding was trying to make that reception, and Weeding is still down on the field.
He actually looked like he may have heard it going down. As looking at the replay, as he was going down, he looked like he was kind of injured on the way down. I don't know if he twisted an ankle on the way down or twisted a knee or something.
He's being helped up right now, and will walk to the Lutheran sideline. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Crusaders at the Geneseo 23-yard line. Again, Rockford Lutheran going into a northwest wind as they head to the north end zone. This drive started at their own 20-yard line following a Geneseo touchdown. 7-0 is the score. Geneseo on top, and the Geneseo defense trying to stop this drive for the Crusaders. 5 receivers, empty backfield. Lawson takes the snap. He's wrapped up from behind. Mike Murray's got his jersey and says, that's all the farther you're going. He gets to the 25-yard line.
And it's a good thing Murray on that thing. He had a one-hand grip on that jersey, pulled him backwards. Had he not done that, he probably runs for a first down.
That's a loss of 2, and it's 4th and 12. Clock moving, 3:43 to play before halftime. 7-0 Green Machine. Again, the top running back and receiver out of the lineup for Lutheran here. 3 receivers wide right. Lawson takes a peek, rolls to his left. In trouble. Going all the way back. He's sacked all the way back at the 43-yard line. Ryan Pitra finally finishes him off, but it was Mike Murray. It was Brandon Mislow chasing him around.
The whole defensive line, along with Ryan Pitcher, putting all kinds of pressure on him. Yeah, there's 4 guys all over him. Got him down for the loss, and that ball did move backwards. Once that ball gets down around the red zone, the Leafs just get a whole new attitude. They just decide that ball is not going any further. It's first down for the Leafs.
from their own 43-yard line. 3:24 to play in the first half. Acree with room to run at midfield. He's to the 40. Lane Acree to the 30. Hits the 20, the 10. It's a Green Machine touchdown. Lane Acree, 57 yards. 10th caller, La Roma Pizza. Win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
There was 2 defensive backs chasing him, and he was gaining ground. I thought, we'll see how long it takes him to try to catch him, and he just pulled away from him like they couldn't run. That was outstanding by Lane Acree, just accelerating through that hole.
Waiting the extra point from Kevin Wolak. Matt Rowley with the hold. Josh Beard will snap it back. And this extra point is good. 14-0 Geneseo, first half. 3:15 to play in the second quarter. Geneseo leading the Rockford Lutheran Crusaders by 14. One play, 57 yards. Lane Acree has his second touchdown in the semifinal game and his 9th on the season.
Well, the wind at their back has really been an asset for the Leafs. With 5 minutes and 23 seconds left to go, I said the Leafs would like to get a stop, get the football, and get another score. You know, they got time for another one.
They do.
Let's just do it again.
Big sack there for Geneseo on that 4th down play. And for Acree, 15 rush attempts, 126 yards for the junior fullback.
We have to see how much resilience this Rockford Lutheran team has, because right now they are down. Right now they were driving the football, gave it up on 4th down, and immediately gave up a touchdown. That just cuts your heart out. It's going to be hard to come back. We'll see how good they are.
Yeah, both times today, Lutherans had the ball inside the 25-yard line of Geneseo, and both times Geneseo has stopped him on 4th down. Kevin Wolak to restart the game. Wind at his back, kicking to the south end zone. This one coming all the way down at the 1. It's dropped, picked up at the 1-yard line, out to the 10, and dropped at the 14-yard line.
Had to watch closely, see if there's any flags came out. There's a little bit of piling on. There's a lot of excitement going on here in Green Machine territory, but you don't want to get too excited. Just keep playing the game. That ball was fumbled right at the goal line, never went into the end zone. The receiver's foot was in the end zone, but the football was not.
Cooper Humphreys came down and made the tackle.
Along with about 6 other guys, or maybe 10 other guys. Leaf coverage on special teams has been outstanding this year. Can't say it enough.
3:10 to play before halftime. Starting from their own 14, Lutheran. Lawson, quick throw, completes it to Sikora, and it's a first down reception out to the 28-yard line.
You can see that one coming. We're giving him a lot of room. Playing a little bit of prevent right here, but there's 3 minutes left to go here. 3 minutes and 5 seconds actually still in the half. Don't want to let him move that football too fast.
Lutheran has 2 timeouts left. Geneseo 1 on a first down play coming up here. A lot of cushion here for Geneseo. Over middle, pass is tipped and incomplete. And getting his hand on the football, Joe Thomas.
Joe's kind of kicking himself right now. He thought he should have caught that ball, but it would have been a phenomenal catch had he done that. But just got a hand on it, fell short of the receiver. Going to have 2nd and long.
Nate Whiting, number 44, back in the lineup for the Crusaders. James Robinson, we haven't seen him now for 2 series. Their leading tailback, leading rusher.
He went off very gingerly the last time he carried the football.
2nd and 10, 2:55 to play before halftime. Lawson will move out of the pocket. Mislow giving chase. Up comes Ryan Pitra. And Lawson takes the easy way out and goes out of bounds by himself.
Patterson also in pursuit. The whole Maple Leaf linebacking core putting pressure on the ball.
Yeah, that was Patterson. I called Pitra's name. Kyle giving good.
Mislow on the chase also. I mean, those linebackers, they run laterally really well with any running back in the backfield.
Geneseo playing more of a 3-4 defense here. Showing blitz on 3rd and 6. Lawson rolls to the right. He's going to keep it himself on a run. Missed tackle in the backfield, but the second guy gets him, and that's Ryan Pitra.
Yeah.
It's a loss of about 10.
It was Cooper Humphreys. He missed the tackle, but he made him go deeper. He just kept going east and west. There was nothing heading north on that play. Ryan Pitra gets him by the ankles. It's a big tackle for a loss at 3rd and really long.
Geneseo will use their last time out here, Bob.
4th and 13, and they're going to have to kick it away against the wind one more time. Well, we said we had enough time for one more. We're going to have over 2 minutes left with the football, and the football should be in good shape if we don't do something crazy here.
Geneseo with 3 sacks today and 2 tackles for losses. And, again, turned over our 2-minute offense, which has been pretty efficient through the first 12 games, netting at least a field goal or a touchdown. So we'll probably see that come up here as soon as we get the ball back, and we should have it pretty close to midfield.
I would say more than pretty efficient. It's been excellent. Just they do really a fine job of hurrying that ball up, moving that thing down the field, and the defense just is not reacting to it. This is a good offense, Rockford Lutheran. They've proved it all year long through a 12-game schedule. They've just proved it. And the Leafs have had to bend just a little bit, but they have not broken. They really stiffen up when the going gets tough. And eventually they continue to put pressure on the quarterback, and eventually, they get the big play like they did right there. Outstanding defensive pressure.
Another shutout going for the Geneseo defense. They have not allowed a touchdown, the first team defense, all playoffs here. Punting from his own 10-yard line. Adam Pearson takes a high snap, able to catch it and then get this kickoff end over end into the wind and gets a Geneseo bounce as it spins backwards and stopped at the 46-yard line of Geneseo. 54 yards away from another touchdown.
That was actually a long punt into the wind. That was well kicked. And you missed by 4 yards on that, Lauren. You said we're going to get it in midfield, so he must have just overkicked your coverage just a little.
The wind it was only blowing about 10 miles an hour versus 25.
Must have had a break in the wind. But again, that was an outstanding catch by the punter. That was almost over his head, and that would have been disaster for Rockford Lutheran.
No timeouts left for Geneseo as they start from their own 46. 14-0, Green Machine. Acree up the middle, another big hole to the 40-yard line, and is brought down close to the 35. Almost the same result when he broke off a 57-yard touchdown run a moment ago.
Well, it was exactly the same run, the same hole, except they had a few guys back. They're expecting the Leafs maybe to do, they're not packed in quite as tight. They're expecting maybe the Leafs maybe throw the ball or do something deep.
19-yard run for Acree. He gets a carry again on first down to the 33. Gain of 2 as we look at the clock. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to play. Again, Geneseo cannot stop the clock with a timeout.
A couple guys stayed home a little bit there. Held Acree only a couple.
Drew Himmelman is in the lineup.
Leafs definitely winning the line of scrimmage today, though. And it shows on the scoreboard. 14-zip, Maple Leafs.
2nd and 8. Luke Snyder will spin and hand it off to Acree. Tries to get outside on the left side behind Mike Murray and Jacob Van Doren. He gets inside the 30 to the 29. 3rd and 4 for the Maple Leafs. Clock on the move, 1:27.
Going to hand signals here. It looked like Snyder was coming over to try to get a play, and they were trying to give him hand signals.
1:15. Jeremy May snaps it to Snyder. He'll fake it, try to get outside and nowhere to go. He's double teamed and thrown down by Weeding. Also making the tackle, Logan Davis, and that's a loss on the play. Again, Geneseo without timeouts, and now it's 4th down and close to 10.
Weeding smelled that one. He was the only guy too, because other than him, this field was wide open over here. Couldn't get around him. He's a good athlete.
He is. Yeah.
You got to tip your hat to that kid. He is playing one whale of a football game.
He's the reason why they're still in this game for the most part. 4th and 8. Lutheran did not call a timeout. Snyder's in a rollout throw for the first time. Rolling left, throws a high pass, double team, Himmelman in traffic, and no call.
It was Van Doren down there. There was guys all over him, pushing him to the ground, and I don't know what they didn't see. Everybody else is watching it. There's 2 guys making it. It wasn't one guy. There's 2 guys dropped him to the ground before the ball got there, and they called an incomplete pass. Rockford Lutheran's going to get the ball in pretty decent field position with 29 seconds.
Right, 29 seconds. That's what I'm looking to. That's what I see.
Well, that scoreboard was made for nighttime, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Either that or younger eyes than mine.
So Lutheran has it at the 28-yard line.
Just got to make sure something crazy doesn't happen here.
33-yard line of Geneseo, or I'm sorry, of Lutheran. 14-0 is the score. A wobbler coming out.
That was tipped.
Tipped by either Rebecca or Cooper Humphreys, who came in on a blitz. And that pass will stop the clock with 25 seconds to play before halftime.
It was either Rebecca or Cooper Humphreys with his 36-inch vertical, maybe. They both had their hands up there, really close to it, knocked her down. They congratulated each other, so maybe they both got it.
Going into the wind. Final 25 seconds of the second quarter, 2nd and 10. Lawson rolling right, checking behind him for pressure, and then just gets rid of it.
Nobody in the area. Nobody in the area, but they rolling out of the pocket. They're just calling an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 10.
20 seconds to play before halftime. And maybe Lutheran's helping us out by throwing these incomplete passes.
We've only been rolling up. Yeah, we've only rolled off 10 seconds in 2 plays. Got to chase him around a little bit back there.
3rd and 10. Snap it back to Lawson. Again, he rolls out, throws, and it is intercepted. Geneseo at their own 48-yard line. It's Ryan Pitra makes an interception with 14 seconds to play in the second quarter.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Leafs do here. They have a 14-0 lead. Obviously, that's that's not a bad lead to go into halftime with. But they might just put something up, or they might just try to get one of their speedsters loose on the outside.
Football right by the Geneseo G at midfield. They'll start from their 48-yard line.
Singbush on the counter play right here.
Well, Singbush is in a lineup in the slot to the right side. Jordan Melke splits wide right. And Snyder's in a roll with pressure coming. He's got to get out of the way.
Hang on to the football.
He's going to turn it upfield. Can he get out of bounds? Yes, he does. On the Geneseo sideline, stops the clock. 7 seconds to play, and he stopped at the Rockford Lutheran 46.
Now they give him one more shot. Puts a couple yardage on his stats. But the Leafs, the big story here at this point, unless they get the big play, the Leafs 14-0 in the first half. Another half shutout. The only time the Leafs have given up points in the playoffs so far is when the depth chart is in.
Right. That was a 4th quarter score last week against Chicago. Chicago Phillips scoring. Counter play, Singbush. Can he get to the outside? Gets caught by the ankles, and that's going to end the first half of play.
Had the right play, just one play early.
We played the first quarter, and Geneseo with a lead of 14-0 over Rockford Lutheran.
This TV50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
And we start the second half. Geneseo ahead of Rockford Lutheran 14-0, 2 quarters away from going on to the state finals next Friday night. Geneseo will be kicking off to the Crusaders in that first half. Geneseo with 205 total yards compared to just 100 yards for Lutheran, and the Geneseo defense came up with 2 interceptions, 3 sacks, and at least 3 tackles for losses. Here we go, Bob, second half. Just 24 minutes away.
Least received the football at the opening of the game, and now they're going to kick the football. They're going to have the wind at their back. They kicked the ball twice. They kicked off twice with the wind at their back, both times reaching one time into the end zone, the second time right at the end zone. The receiver dropped the football and was dropped down somewhere near the 10-yard line, if I recall. So far, the kickoffs by the Leafs have been very successful with the wind at their back.
Geneseo defensively limiting Rockford Lutheran's quarterback, Kendall Lawson. He was just 7 of 14 passing. A pooch kick inside the 30 and fielded at the 25. And Geneseo able to get to the football quickly. And the ball came out, according to the Geneseo defense. The official, I don't think, saw it.
The official is waving it dead. And the other official that was 50 yards away comes running up and says the ball was down. There's not a chance in the world he could see that football, but it might have been down.
Lutheran will keep the ball.
He just was not in position to see it.
We took a second look at it. We couldn't really see if the ball came out or not. We know there was a reception in the first half that the ball was dropped, and they called it a good catch for Lutheran. Crusaders ball at the own 30-yard line to start the second half. In motion is Weeding. Lawson, quarterback keeper. Looked like he was going to run the option, and he gets pinched at about the 32-yard line. It's a short run of 2.
Lots of guys in there. Patterson, Cooper Humphreys, and Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas in that spot. Looks like maybe Joe Thomas running that.
Second down and 7. Lawson in the pocket, throws to the right, completes the pass to Weeding, and Weeding steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's 3rd down and 3.
That's Singbush on the stop, so I'm trying to figure out who in the starting lineup is out, because Joe Thomas is in there playing on defense. We got Mislow up in the front position.
Webster's out.
Webster's out, okay.
Yeah, Webster, I don't think started today's game. They had Acree in there.
Okay, so Acree is also out.
We know James Robinson is out for Lutheran. 3rd and 3. Lawson ball is tipped and incomplete. Geneseo getting their hands up again on the defensive line, knocking that down just enough, and it falls incomplete.
It came out of there like a wounded duck, and it was just fluttering out of there. That was up for grabs. The Rockford Lutheran receiver dove for the ball, did not get it, and it's 4th and 3, and they're going for it.
11:15 to play in the third quarter.
This is a dangerous field position play.
Geneseo up 14-0. On 4th and 3. Pressure coming. Lawson tries to run for the first down. He has it.
Just has it.
Just has it at the 40.
The pressure came from the outside. He squeaked right up the middle, stepped up in the pocket, squeaked through, and he made that by 6 inches.
Well, he felt that hit from Geneseo. Does extend their drive. But
Ryan Verbeck just about got him. Patterson had to finish him off. Cooper Humphreys also up on the stop.
Put the ball at the 40-yard line. 11 minutes to play in the third quarter. Geneseo with 2 touchdowns in the second quarter by Lane Acree.
That was quite a gamble.
It paid off for them for now. They handed off to their tailback.
Oh,
and nowhere to go.
Marmy and Verbeck grab a hold and start pulling him back, and Patterson came through like a train, took him back into the backfield. They're going to give him about 1 foot forward progress, but he ended up 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's Logan Davis who carried the ball. He's only a sophomore too.
I think Logan Davis just thinks he got hit by a train.
And Robinson's back in for Lutheran. 2nd and 10. Geneseo defense teeing off here in the third quarter. They'll loosen up on defense, the secondary for Geneseo. Lawson just kind of stands around in the pocket, trying to get some room to throw, and a flag comes in behind the play as this pass is incomplete along the Geneseo sideline.
Yeah.
A flag down at the 33.
That's going to be a holding call against Lutheran, and it's going to move that ball back. If they march off 10 from the point of infraction, that's going to be way deep.
It's if they decline it, it's 3rd and 10. Otherwise, it's going to be 2nd and, like you said, from the spot, it might be.
I don't know. Did you say if they decline it?
If they decline, it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah.
They're going to take the penalty, I believe.
I'd push them back.
Especially when they're going into a wind.
Going into the wind, yeah. Take them back.
That's not a typical 10-yard penalty.
Not that I know anything about it. Coach Johnson knows a lot more about football, and he's taking it back. So I'm just glad I'm on his team. Yeah, they're taking this thing back, and it's going to be 2nd and how many is that? 37.
27.
I'm sorry, 27. I ran out of fingers.
2nd and 27. First penalty for Lutheran, and it's a costly one. Again, moving to the north end zone.
Now you can give them a little bit of a buffer, but not too much. Can't give up the big play, obviously, because they're going to go for one.
14-0 Green Machine. Lutheran with the ball.
Looking for pressure on that quarterback. Looking for pressure.
Play action.
They got pressure.
Got the pass completed at the 30 out to the 35-yard line. It's 3rd and 15.
Still a good decision to take the penalty moving back. You can give them a few yards there. They gave him 12, but it's 3rd and 15. Again, same thing. Give him a little bit of a buffer, but not too much. Started out with good pressure on the quarterback, flushed him out, but he's got good feet. He moves outside the pocket quite well.
Spread formation. Geneseo may be blitzing here. Here comes Cooper Humphreys as they hand it off, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 4th and 15.
I think it was Mike Murray. It was Mike Murray was not fooled at all. Mike Murray wrapped him up, brought him down for no gain. Maybe he lost a yard. And as soon as he got wrapped, boy, there was a whole bunch of teammates in there. Mislow, Cooper Humphreys, Nick Verbeck. And they aren't going for 4th and 16, I don't believe.
Time to punt.
Into the wind.
3rd punt of the game for.
Oh, there you
the
go.
Ball is bobbled. It's a low snap. Picked up by Pearson at the 10. He's drilled at the 8-yard line. Geneseo's going to have the ball at the Lutheran 10-yard line.
He tried to pick it up and kick it. He got drilled just as he's ready to kick the football. Leafs got the football in 10-yard line. Incredible. Boom. Yeah.
That's Southmore coming in. Justin Scott, he's made great special teams tackles this postseason.
Justin Scott, just a good indication of what the future holds for the Leaf program, but Justin Scott just drilled him. I know he didn't take time to introduce himself. He just laid him out.
1st and goal at the 10. Lane Acree. Off the left side, gets to about the 6-yard line. They say the ball came out. Lutheran pointing they have the football. No call here. We're waiting on it.
They're not calling it down because they're in there fighting through the pile. They're fighting through the pile. They have not called the football down. So whoever comes out of that pile is going to get the football.
Still trying to get the players up and off the pile, and it's Geneseo football.
Somehow, okay, they're giving the glad hand to Snyder. It looked like maybe Luke Snyder come out of the bottom of that pile with the football. No, it wasn't Luke Snyder either. Luke Snyder was standing by the sideline.
I'm surprised.
Don't know who it was.
I'm surprised we haven't had more fumbles in this game with being as cold as it is. 2nd and goal from the 7. Pitch it back. Ryan Pitra to the 5. Pitra to about the 3-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Pitcher looked like he was going to be stopped somewhere near the line of scrimmage. He picked up nice yards, picked up about 5, kept his legs driving, found a little there was just a little slot there for him to fit through, and he squeezed right through.
Semi-final game. We're in the 3rd quarter. Geneseo leading 14-0 over Rockford Lutheran. Threatening here. They have the ball at the Crusader 3.
You want it on this play. Don't have to make the decision on the next play.
Full house backfield, power football, up the middle.
Didn't get it.
Pitcher maybe to the 2, and it'll be 4th down and 2 in a decision here. A field goal makes it a 3-score game. Do they send in Kevin Wolak or do they go for it?
They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. Nope, they're sending the play in. Nope.
Wallach is way down here on the left side. He has to come in.
Yeah, they're going to.
He was warming up, kicking.
They're going to kick it.
And the play clock down to 10, and they haven't lined up yet. We may have to have a timeout.
Yeah, you don't really want to burn time up. You're going to have to win. He's not going to get it done.
Well, Geneseo started at the 10-yard line here, but could not get a touchdown after a bad snap to their punter, Adam Pearson. Geneseo coming in with Justin Scott making the tackle, but could not take advantage of trying to get a touchdown out of it. But still in good shape here to get 3 points.
That ball's sitting on the 1.5-yard line. This would be tempting to rethink this. It doesn't appear that they are.
But again, 17 points, you got to get. You have to have the football 3 times.
You know, you're so logical, Lauren. You're so logical.
I got to keep everybody in perspective up here, you know.
And they're going to.
I'd like to see us go for it too.
They're going to bring the golden toe of Kevin Wolick on the field. Try to pick up 3.
Kevin with 3 field goals this season. This is like just an extra point for him.
You do have to come up with points at this end of the field. That is for sure. You have to have points. You love to have 7, but you got to have points. So, smart move. Up by 14. Trying to go for 17.
He's got the wind at his back. 6:56 to play in the third. To make it a 3-score game. Bolak steps into it. Sends a little knuckleball through, and it's no good. Wide to the left.
The snap was hard to handle. I don't think he got a good placement, and he did. He just kicked a low knuckleball. Never really got a good foot into it, and that is not what the Leafs wanted to have happen.
So with the missed field goal at the 1.5-yard line, I think the football comes out to the 20, and it does.
It does. So you go for the score, and you turn over the football at the 1-yard line.
Turn it back over to your defense, though.
Yeah. Anyway, this is fine. 14-0 for the Leafs. You can second guess that all we want, but he's almost automatic, so you expect that ball to go in.
Trevor Craig lined out here on a receiver. Double move. Craig doesn't buy it. And the quarterback Lawson rolls to the right. Verbeck giving chase. Lawson still scrambling around in the backfield, and he's going to go down for a loss. It's going to be another quarterback sack for Geneseo.
Going to have to give that one to 6 guys because there was a lot of pressure. Everybody back there, all the defensive linemen. We had Cooper Humphreys back there. We had guys all over the place, and we got a guy down.
Yeah, by the time Lawson got caught, we had about 6 or 7 guys back there, and it's a player for Rockford Lutheran that's down, and it's their quarterback. So it's been a not so good day for the Lutheran players. They're skilled players. James Robinson has not played much. He's got 4 yards. Their leading receiver, Nate Weeding, went out for a few plays, and now their quarterback's down who just carried the football. That's Kendall Lawson.
He's not acting like he wants to get up very fast either. They're talking to him, making sure they take all the right steps.
6:28 to play in this third quarter. Clock is stopped. Geneseo 14, Rockford Lutheran 0. Pair of 11-1 teams coming into this game, both on 8-game win streaks. And right now, Geneseo's defense is again shutting them out.
He rolled him over. Now he stood him up, and he's walking off the field. He's going to be okay. He's going to have to sit out this play, but he's going to sit this one out, but he's going to be back. You can count on that. He won't be gone for long. He just wanted a little bit of attention, just a little tender loving care.
About a 40-player roster for Rockford Lutheran. They dress freshmen and sophomore players. And let's see who the new quarterback is. Number 4.
They're going to put this ball up. They got four wideouts.
Jalen Horton coming in cold off the bench with pressure. Steps up from the pocket and is wrapped up after a short gain out to the 25-yard line. Third down coming up.
Verbeck over on that tackle. Joe Thomas coming up on that tackle, and Kyle Patterson over there to make sure they got him. No, it was Patterson and Verbeck. Thomas making sure they got him.
3 receivers to this wide side of the field, the left side.
Critical third down once again.
Third down and 5. Humphreys and Craig over here defensively. Pressure coming. Marmion hits the quarterback as he just gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. lucky to get that ball out of his hands.
You know, these officials are really keeping their flags in the pocket. You know, there's a lot of, you know, every time there's a play, one crowd or the other wants a call, and they really wanted a roughing or something there, but he just did. He was in the act of throwing, and Marmion kind of leveled him out. And I think he probably wishes the starting quarterback might come back because he didn't want any part of that.
Time to punt again for Lutheran. Rowley at the 50-yard line. Pearson waiting a snap. He hopes it's a good one. Low, but he's able to field it and send this one to the 42-yard line. Rolls right on the Geneseo G, and it stopped at the Geneseo 49-yard line. 14-0 Geneseo, third quarter. 5:31 to play in this period.
Were you predicting that they were going to get the ball at the 50-yard line again there, Lauren? Because they got it at the 49. You're pretty close again. That's good field position, offensive field position for the Leafs.
Geneseo could not get any points off their last drive, which started at the Crusaders' 10. Trying to put something here. Lane Akery had a big first half, 151 yards rushing on 18 carries. He's lined up behind Snyder, double wing formation. And it's Akery to the 45, to the 41. Close to a first down.
They're not giving him very good progress on that. That was not a very good spot. He may not get the first down. He was almost to the 40-yard line. They're moving it way back. Not exactly sure why. They got him for 1.5 yards on that play. Joe Thomas brings in the big play, though. This baby's going to go. He's not going to pick up a yard here. He's going to pick up about 15. I can see it the way he ran on the field.
Thomas on the tight end position to the right. Van Doren tight end to the left. Webster off the wing. They'll give it to Pitra with room to run up the middle. Pitra to the 30, the 20, the 10. Ryan Pitra scores a touchdown. The Green Machine up 20-0 in the semifinal game.
That's all they needed, Lauren, was just a little running room. They didn't like to take it to the 10-yard line. Need a little running room to get that football in the end zone.
10th caller, La Roma Pizza, 944-6171. You win a free large two-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only. Must redeem within 1 week.
Kevin Wolak back in there for a little revenge on this end of the field. He wants to make this extra point good after just missing a chip shot field goal. Good snap, good set. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like.
And that's good. 21-0, 4:46 to play in the third quarter. Geneseo up on Rockford Lutheran by 3 scores now.
So how much do we drop off when we put Ryan Pitra in the running back spot?
I don't say not much at all. I mean,
you know, that's not taking anything from Ray Singbush because he is an all-state athlete and well-deserving. But Ryan Pitra can run that football. He went through that hole. He read the hole perfectly, cut through there, and he was off to the races, and nobody was going to catch him.
Pitcher's had at least one quarterback sack today and an interception on defense. Offensively, he just ran 42 yards. His first touchdown running the football this season for the Green Machine. Couldn't come at a better time. 21-0 Geneseo with 4:46 to play in the third quarter.
You got to love the way the Geneseo athletes step up when somebody goes down. You got somebody fills that spot. You know, we've gone through some linebackers this year. We've gone through some tight ends this year. We've gone through some running backs and defensive players. A.J. Marmion missing a good half the season. But, you know, there's always somebody steps up and fills that hole, and they've had just a great season as a team. Phenomenal play.
Wolak, a spinner coming down at the 22, brought to the 30, and then scooting out to about the 37-yard line is Rockford Lutheran. That's where they'll start their third possession of this third period, and they've had to punt 2 times. The first time they tried, they did not have a good snap back to Adam Pearson, and he lost the football at the 10.
21-0 lead. Obviously, you want to feel good about that. You want to have nothing but positive vibes, but you don't want to think this game is over because this team could put points on the board in a hurry. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter, and they got the entire fourth quarter with the wind at their back.
Backup quarterback in for Rockford Lutheran, Jalen Horton. Handed off to their slot back coming down the line. Lost the football. Geneseo. Joe Thomas may have it at the 35-yard line. There's a wrestling match going on. And now Geneseo piling on. It is Geneseo football.
Joe Thomas had the football the entire time. They're going to give it to him. Joe came out of that pile after the wrestling match. He come rolling out of that pile, running the ball towards the end zone. They whistled him back. But, you know, outstanding defense one more time. He was going nowhere. A.J. Marmion met the running back, and boom, that ball is on the ground. Opportunist Joe Thomas comes up with the football.
Third turnover for Rockford Lutheran today. Joe Thomas with his third fumble recovery of the season. Geneseo football at the Lutheran 35. Pitch it back. Ryan Webster looking for room to cut it upfield, and he is knocked back to about the original line of scrimmage. His forward progress took him up to about the 36. We'll give him a 1-yard gain.
That might have been Ryan Pitcher, though, on that carry. But once again, the Leafs, you know, they taking the momentum and just cutting the heart out of the opponent. It's hard to come back from a play like that. So hard when you just, you know, you get the football and you know you need 3 scores and you have it ripped out of you right away.
4 minutes to play in the third period. 21-0, Green Machine. Webster and Acree in the backfield. Pitcher goes in motion. It's Webster right side. He'll break free at the 25, down to the 15-yard line. It's a Geneseo first down.
Once again, the momentum is on the Leaf side, and that Green Machine offensive line is just blowing a hole. All you got to do is break that seam and see how far you can go. Usually have one little read. Once you break through the line of scrimmage, just one little read, you dodge somebody, and then you're going to get some big yardage.
Clock stopped just for a moment to move the chains. Joe Thomas, who had a fumble recovery a minute ago, brings the play in from Coach Larry Johnson, now in his 10th season, and trying to get this Green Machine team back to state for the second time in his coaching career. It's Acree bouncing off a defender at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes for no gain.
Well, he hit a wall right there. They read that one. And the defensive right side of the Lutheran really put up a stiff wall, and Acree had nowhere to go, picked up a yard. But once again, they're down there in that red zone, looking for that 4th score.
Drew Himmelman, number 81, takes the play into the huddle. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Geneseo has the football at the Lutheran 15-yard line, 2nd and 10. Give it to Pitra, left side. Whoa, Pitra was hit hard inside the 10. Has about 5 yards on the play, but he took a shot.
He did, but he pops right back up. I'm wondering if the guy who put it on him might be hurt just as bad because he took longer to get up. Well, he has just his head snapped a little bit, kind of stood him up. He was leaning forward, and all of a sudden he got stood up really fast. But it's 3rd and about 3. Leafs driving for their 4th score. That clock's just not going fast enough. 2 minutes and 14 seconds in the 3rd quarter. We got a whole quarter to play.
Geneseo 21, Lutheran 0. Threatening here is Geneseo. Pitra looking for room to run. Knifes it to the left side. Pitra inside the 5-yard line. It's a Geneseo first down. It'll be 1st and goal to go.
I don't think they want to settle for a field goal attempt on this one now. It's on the 3-yard line. They got 4 downs to get it in. They want to try to roll these points up. Make sure there's a big mountain for Lutheran to climb that they just don't think they can climb. Love the way the Leafs have not let up and think the football game is over. Both sides of the football, the defense has just been devastating, and the offense has just keep driving the football.
Webster's in a lineup on the wing to the left. It's Pitra wing right. Ryan comes in motion, Pitra that is. It's Acree for a touchdown. Off the left side, running behind Mike Murray and Jacob Van Doren. Geneseo has their 4th touchdown, and they lead 27-0 over Rockford Lutheran in this 4A semifinal game. 10th caller, La Roma Pizza. You win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only. Must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
Well, it's a nice, brisk day, but you know, if you're a Green Machine fan, you don't even feel the cold anymore. This is, when you're on the upside, this is good weather. When you're on the downside, it's dang cold. Those people over there in the purple, they're just sitting on their hands right now, and it's got to be really cold.
Wolak, his extra point is good. Make it 28-0. 1:35 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Geneseo has this game well in hand. The scoring drive, a short field of only 35 yards, 6 plays, a 3-yard run by Lane Acree. Wolak with his 4th extra point, and for Lane Acree, he has his 3rd touchdown. his 7th in the postseason.
He is pounding out the yards today, and you know that's just Green Machine football at its best. Here we come, try to stop us.
Pair of touchdowns in this third quarter. Ryan Pitcher and Lane Acree. Geneseo led 14-0 at halftime, and they've added 2 more touchdowns in this quarter. We'll see Kevin Wolak come out to the 40-yard line.
Very possibly the last time Kevin will have to get to kick with the wind at his back in this football game. See if he tries. He's pooched the last 2. We'll see if he tries to kick this one deep. He's very successful on his first 2 attempts early.
Kickoff squad for Geneseo, especially Justin Scott, number 18, number 2, Cooper Humphreys. They've been flying down the field today. Spinning this one down, bounces at the 10. Ball still on the field. Picked up finally and brought up the sideline over by Rockford Lutheran and runs out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That's where the Crusaders will start as we near the end of this third period. 91 seconds to go.
Okay, that was Justin Kane. Couldn't read that number on the far side because he's clear on the far sideline. Justin Kane pulled him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Once again, great field position, or defensive field position for the Leafs.
Matt Rowley is the deep safety, a 3-year starter, standing at about the 35, about 15 yards off the football. They bring out their tall wide receiver, Weeding, to the left side, matched up by Trevor Craig. Ball is fumbled, almost picked up by Geneseo, and they fell back on it. And it's Geneseo football. The Leafs trying to scoop that up for a score. We'll see who comes up with the loose football.
The ball, yeah, the running back just received the football, stripped in the backfield.
Mislow tried to pick it up.
Yeah, it was Mislow. Tried to pick it up. I think Mislow ended up recovering the football, though. He tried to pick it up and advance it, but the ball remained on the ground. He drove back on it. But the Leafs get the football again here on the 15-yard line. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Kevin will get the kick with the wind at his back again.
Minute 22 to play in the third. Geneseo at the 15-yard line of the Crusaders. Lane Acree up the middle of the 5. It's a Green Machine touchdown. 34-0, Green Machine. 10th caller, La Roma Pizza, win a free large 2-topping pizza. Live broadcast viewers and listeners only must redeem within 1 week. La Roma Pizza, 944-6171.
Well, when you get your shoulders slumping like the Rockford Lutheran is right now, you know, they realize this football game is over, and they just kind of amazingly are not even playing. But the Leafs are just, I mean, the momentum and the positive energy going on in that offensive line, blowing holes. Lane Acree driving through there again, untouched almost, just ripping the people that are touching him, just dragging along.
Wolak's extra point is good. 35-0 Geneseo, and Rockford Lutheran without their starting running back and starting quarterback here. We're just kind of falling apart, and Geneseo with their pressure just making it tough on the Crusaders offense. They've had back-to-back fumbles, and Geneseo has scored on both of those, taking advantage of the short fields.
Well, they're walking along. You can watch the body language out there in the white and purple uniforms, and the body language is pretty much horrible. You know, that's why they're not focused anymore. They're defeated. They're not even hanging on the football. And this is the kind of football team that gave Green Machine their name. They're operating like a freight train.
On both sides of the football.
On both sides of the football. They are just nobody wants to line up across from them right now. Teams come out here and they find out, wow, I haven't seen anything like this all season. The teams that we've played this year, you can just see it. They played some good football, and they played some good football games and good football teams, but they haven't lined up against anybody quite this physical.
To kick off, Wolak spins it down inside the 15 to the 20 to the 30-yard line. Jordan Shanowski helping on the tackle, and coming in down low, I think it was Cooper Humphreys and Justin Kane.
I agree with you. Sam Arndt was also in on that coverage. Somebody jumped on his back and rode him a little while. That was Sam Arndt. Sam Arndt jumped on his back, rode him about 5 yards until he could get some help over there on the sideline.
Well, about a minute ago, Bob, you said this clock isn't moving fast enough. Within this last minute, Geneseo has 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
All right.
But now we do want the clock to run. It's 35 points, and it's just got to run.
Or another touchdown from a running clock. 1st and 10 from the 31. New quarterback in for the Crusaders. Number 12 has a run out to about the 40-yard line, a 9-yard run. And it's Nick Brigham. He's a freshman.
Third quarterback of the day. It's kind of an odd way to possibly end your season by sitting your quarterback and letting the freshman take over, but that's what it appears they seem to be doing right here.
Under 50 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Geneseo 35, Rockford Lutheran 0. Wobbler of a pass, but it's caught by Weeding, and it's a 1st down on 2nd and 1. They're able to complete a 3-yard pass, and that'll stop the clock. 37 seconds to play in this 3rd period to move the chains.
Covered by Cooper Humphrey. No, that was Ryan Pitra, and that's Brandon Shanowski over there on the tackle also. Jordan Shanowski.
Jordan.
I'll get it right. I don't know why that came out. I knew it was Jordan.
1st down from the Crusaders' 43-yard line. Rockford Lutheran with the football, trying to run it.
Keeping him deep.
And a missed tackle by Mislow, but cleaned up by Humphreys and Kyle Patterson.
Yeah, Mislow just kept running him in the east-west direction. And so his teammates can come up. Cooper Humphreys comes up and undercuts him.
And that should do it here for the 3rd period. The Green Machine with 21 points in this 3rd quarter. A shutout going by the defense. We head to the 4th quarter. Geneseo 35, Rockford Lutheran 0.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Telephone Company, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Snap Fitness, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Holland & Sons, Northside Rexall Drug, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Farmers National Bank. Please patronize these sponsors and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV 50 telecast.
The 4th quarter about to get underway. Geneseo 12 minutes from moving on to the state final game. They have this game well in hand over Rockford Lutheran. The score is 35-0.
12 minutes away. You know the Northern Illinois Huskies are having themselves quite a season. They got some nice accommodations down there, or up there. I think we're about to see. Got 12 minutes of nothing crazy happening, and we're in good shape.
We're ready to take the drive for number 5. 2nd and long with pressure. Throws over the middle. Ball is caught by Weeding at the 40-yard line. It's a Lutheran 1st down. Threaded that one through.
That one was, I am quite sure that was touched by 2 offensive receivers. Happened to be Weeding. Got the tip off of his own teammate. Well, maybe not. Haxby on the tackle, on the coverage. Devin Haxby, the sophomore.
First play of the 4th quarter, and the Crusaders have it inside the 40-yard line of Geneseo.
Want to continue to try to pitch this shutout, but if you give up a score, make the clock run.
Snap is bobbled for a second.
Yeah.
Brigham with pressure goes down. It's a quarterback sack. A.J. Marmion and Brandon Mislow.
Nick Verbeck also on the surrounding. There was three big bodies coming after him, and he didn't want any part of it. Once he bobbled that thing, he said, I think I'll just get down. Oop, I'll take it. There you go. Never mind.
That's a loss of 9 on the play at 2nd and 19. Again, the 3rd quarterback today for Rockford Lutheran, and they're without their star tailback. Again, the snap is dropped, and it's Marmion who comes in and gets another sack.
Marmion came in untouched again. I think the center's worried about Marmion right now because he not only threw a bad snap, he didn't even wave at him as he went by. Marmion come in, he gets credit for the tackle, even though the quarterback went down again. They're just going backwards.
Clock running, 10:40 to play in the game. Geneseo 35, Lutheran 0. 3rd and 23. Brigham with pressure, throws a pass, completes it to Weeding at midfield, to the 40-yard line. Weeding to the 30, Haxby giving chase, and able to get him down inside the 15-yard line. They mark it out at the 12.
That's a big play. They had 3rd and really, really, really long, and they come out of it with Weeding on coming across the middle. Once again, that's an athlete. You try to get it in his hands, but he's still defeated. He's been going both ways all day long, and he doesn't have much poop left in his tank.
Yeah, he's exhausted out there. He is a junior. This is a young football team. They're going to have a lot of these guys back next year.
They will. They have a real strong core coming back, but right now they're getting beat up in the trenches. Both sides of the football. Geneseo's line is just whipping them.
In the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line of Geneseo. Rockford Lutheran, their quarterback Brigham with pressure from Mislow from the backside, and Mislow able to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
He tried to slip through. There's kind of a late whistle, but he is. They're gonna mark him down there right about the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him a foot.
Grant Pritchard's going to come off the field. And Mike Murray, Nick Verbeck, A.J. Marmion on the defensive line. Mislow and Titra.
Just trying to create a lot of pressure on that quarterback. Just try not to overrun him. Maintain your space.
2nd and 10. Quick throw, incomplete. And on the coverage is Jordan Shanowski.
Mislow buckled him over and drove him to the ground. And he's not feeling good. The 3rd quarterback of the day, and he's walking off the field in pain.
3rd and 10. I keep watching over on the Geneseo sideline. I guess they got a space heater down here, Bob. Did you see that?
Well, they have combinations almost as good as we have up here in the Hilton press box.
Timeout taken by Rockford Lutheran. They have a 3rd and 10 from the Geneseo 12-yard line. 2 stops by the Geneseo defense today in the red zone. That came early on. And so the Geneseo defense, when the offense wasn't really moving the football to start this game, the Geneseo defense again held strong, held their ground, and enough time for the offense to get going, and then the defense really started helping with some sacks and tackles for losses.
And that's what they want right here. They want an additional stop right here at 3rd and 10, because a field goal is obviously not an option when you're down 35-0. You get a stop here, make it at least 4th and 10. You got 2 more stops to make here, and you're in really good shape. 9 minutes left to go here in the football game, 9:28.
3 receivers to this right side. Geneseo's in a lineup, man-to-man. Throwing the football to the end zone. He lofts it up for his big tight end. It's incomplete, double coverage.
There is all kinds of contact. That was offensive contact and then defensive contact. There's a lot of pushing going on. And these officials, I don't think, have yellow flags.
Trevor Craig on the coverage there.
Boom.
I think we've had 2 penalties today, 1 on each team. 4th down and 10. 9:23 to play in the game. Geneseo 35, Rockford Lutheran 0. Geneseo trying to keep the Crusaders off the scoreboard.
I tell you, Weeding went down there and just knocked the defender out of the way. I think it was Trevor just trying to knock him out of the way. Trevor fought back.
See if they try the same play. They do. A short pass, incomplete. Came out of his hand. Didn't have a tight grip, and Geneseo's going to take over on downs at their own 12-yard line. 9:19 to play in the ball game.
They have been tested several times today in the red zone, and they've come up victorious in each occasion. Turn the ball over on the 11-yard line. They're going to get the football first and 90 or 89. Actually, 1st and 10, but 89 to go.
Senior quarterback Luke Snyder brings this Green Machine offense out of the huddle and up to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield behind Snyder. Ryan Webster breaking a tackle and then gets dropped. I think he lost the football as he was coming down to the ground. He was able to fall on it. Out to the 22. Is it enough for a 1st down?
Looks like it's just a hair short, but that's still a great run on 1st down. Obviously, he'll take that thing. Joe Thomas comes in with another big play. Last time he had second and short, came in with a touchdown call. I think Joe's got that magic touch again. I'm not sure if Coach Johnson's got anything to do with it or not. Does he call the plays?
I think they change the play when they go in the huddle, don't they?
Yeah,
No,
I think so.
Taking this play clock all the way down as far as they can. 8:30 to play in the game. Ryan Pitra with the football. No, it's up the middle to Lane Akery. Pitra with a nice play fake. It's a first down run for Geneseo as they had it second and short, and it's out to the 24-yard line.
They let that pile keep moving for quite a while before they blow that whistle. You know, that's always dangerous at this point in the game because you really like to see, you want to see the yardage, additional yardage, but you really want to see that football tucked in.
A lot of guys out here with the old Carhartts on.
Yeah. Oh, you know, this is brutal weather, but it's a lot better when you're winning.
Lane Akery's going to come off the field out of the huddle, and he gets a hand from this Green Machine crowd. He had a huge day, 4 touchdowns, and we'll get his yardage here in a second. First and 10, Geneseo at their own Lutheran, their own 25-yard line. Ryan Pitra off the left side to the 28. Lutheran starting to try to tackle the football.
That's exactly what I was talking about. In that huddle, you know, when they're trying to move that pile forward, you got guys inside that you can't even see them. All they're doing, they're not even trying to bring them to the ground. They're just trying to rip the football out.
Jordan Shanowski, Joey Medina coming in for Ryan Webster and Ryan Pitra.
Get the running backs out of the game. Give them a hand.
Lane Akery, who had 190 against Sterling.
7 minutes and 24 seconds, 22, the clock ticking away.
Akery with 186 today on 24 carries, 4 touchdowns. Second and 6. Jacob Aker, the new fullback, to about the 32-yard line.
Still got that offensive line surge in there. Still got those big boys blowing holes. Still pushing.
Well, the 2004 team had 2 shutouts. Geneseo, if they can hang on with the shutout, would be the first team in Geneseo playoff history to have 3 shutouts in a postseason.
And once again, you're going to see the depth crew come in a little later on here, and you never know what happens then, but the first unit has really held their ground.
Taking the play clock down again to about 0. Snyder gets the ball, hands it off, second back through. Joey Medina to the 35. Oh, and Medina looks like he has a first down.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him by 6 inches again. Yep, they're going to give it to him. He's going to move those chains. He just had to get across the white line, and he got it.
35-0 Geneseo. Fourth quarter, 6:25 to play. And Geneseo's going to be moving on to the state championship game next Friday night.
And we got Luke Snyder came out. We got Russ coming in at quarterback.
Greg Rusk, number 4. On first and 10 from the 35. Jordan Shanowski working his way up to the 40-yard line. We'll continue to run clock here for Geneseo. How about this offensive line today? Jeremy May at center, Rob Smith and Nathan Frankie at the guards, Mike Murray and Nick Verbeck at the tackles, and Jacob Van Dorn at tight end. We saw Drew Himmelman come in, Joe Thomas, Jordan Melke at the ends.
Lauren, I just wonder if they get tired of hearing their names. You know, they have such a great season. They have won the line of scrimmage just week in and week out. Obviously, the Sycamore game was, that's a quality team. But week in and week out, they are winning the battle of the trenches.
5 yards on that last play. It's Medina, first down run. Ball comes popping out of the pile.
Yeah, it's going to be Lutheran ball.
And I think it's Lutheran ball. That was a strange play, the way it ended.
Yeah, that was you talking earlier. There's somebody coming in there swinging. Somebody came in. Yep, somebody came in there, popped, swung for that football, and he got a punch. It went about 10 feet in the air. Came just rolling out there. Nobody knew exactly where it was, except for the Rockford Lutheran player that fell on it.
That's going to put the defense back on the field for Geneseo. 5:12 to play in the game.
Had the yardage for a first down, too.
Right, he had the first down.
So with 5:12 left, they're probably going to do the same thing. They're going to let the defensive unit come out there, and then one by a little at a time, they're going to start pulling guys out.
Geneseo calls a timeout. They'll bring their defense over. I think that's it for the first team defense.
That's going to be it.
You know, there's a bigger game to play next week. You know, whether the shutout stands or not, we'll know here in the next 5 minutes. But Geneseo defense, what a job they did. Not only today, but throughout this playoff season. They get a big hand from the Geneseo crowd. It would sound a lot louder, Bob, if they didn't have gloves on.
You knew at the beginning of the season this team had the potential to do something really special, and they are doing exactly that. They are not just kind of squeaking by here. You know, the word luck is never mentioned. They're just dominating teams. They're playing outstanding, tough-nosed football on both sides of the ball, and they are well-deservingly going to get a shot at a state championship in DeKalb.
Back to state for the 10th time in school history and looking for their first title since 1982. That's when Travis Mackey, defensive coordinator, was on that team.
Got some guys down there that believe they can do it too. Obviously it takes that component besides all the talent. They really believe they got it.
Lutheran takes over at the Geneseo 48, 5:12 to play. Long pass downfield, and it's incomplete, and the penalty flag is going to come out at the 20-yard line. Geneseo had good coverage down there, and apparently made some contact with the receiver.
Well, that is kind of bizarre because after all the contact that's been going on in this football game, that one, you can't even see the contact. Hit the ball, hit the receiver right in the shoulder pads. And
in high school, it's not a spot foul on passing interference.
It is going to be a defensive. I was wondering who they're going to call it on because there was just no contact basically on that play as relative to the ones earlier that they swallowed their flags on. But I guess that's okay. If you're going to have to make a call, you might as well make it when the game's over.
So puts the ball at the 32-yard line.
5 minutes and 5 seconds.
15-yard penalty against the Green Machine defense. 3 receivers out left for Rockford Lutheran. Low snap picked up by Brigham. His pass is caught at the 22-yard line and dropped down at the 21 on the tackle for Geneseo, number 21, Zach Denny.
Got lots of new jerseys out there, as we mentioned. Carson Krause's out there. Grant Pritchard, we've been calling him all day. Got, I can't see him. Can't see all the numbers, but
they wind the clock here.
Some of these young men will be starting the football games next year for this Green Machine outfit.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line to throw the football. Brigham gets it to Wheating. Wheating stiff arms one defender, runs over another one. He's just a load to bring down. He's trying to get into the end zone, and he's out of bounds inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
He did, ran over some people over there. Looks like Kyle Mayer was the one that actually forced him out of bounds. A lot of guys in there pushing and shoving. Justin Kane checks into the ball game.
Gage Blackert's in, number 63.
Now they're getting out of my range. They're getting too far down there.
Might have to go off the monitor here. Number 11, Bo Lindstrom in. It's 1st and goal for Rockford Lutheran. 4.5 to play in the game. Geneseo up 35-0. Lutheran threatening against the second-team defense. And Brigham goes back at the 10-yard line. Geneseo converging with about 5 different defenders.
They were all there that time. Sam Arndt was in there.
Grant Pritchard.
Krause was in there.
Loss of 4 on the play.
Got Bo Lindstrom into the ball game. Didn't mention his name yet, I don't believe.
Operating out of the gun. 2nd and goal from the 7. Brigham throws to the end zone, incomplete. And we'll bring up 3rd down. So this is the 3rd-string quarterback for Rockford Lutheran. Geneseo has knocked out their starting quarterback and their backup quarterback in the 3rd quarter.
Leafs putting in a good stand down here on the 8-yard line. 3rd down.
The only thing that remains is Rockford Lutheran score in this game. It's 35-0 Geneseo, 3:56 to play. And yes, the defense is coming up big right now as they spread it out. 2 receivers left and right. Brigham looks to the end zone, throws a quick pass. It's a touchdown. Pass completed to Austin Sikora for the score on a quick slant. And the Crusaders on the board.
Wide open in the end zone. Just a quick slant. Nothing you could do but put pressure on the quarterback. Slipped it in, and Lutheran on the board for the first time today, but it's 35-6. Hopefully he's just a little late. 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
Only the 16th touchdown that Geneseo has allowed this season. A short pass, and now to kick the extra point is Adam Pearson. His extra point is good. 35-7 is this score in the fourth quarter. Again, under 4 minutes to play in the game. And Geneseo excited about moving on and playing in the state finals next Friday night. It'll be a 7 o'clock game, either against Rock Island Alleman or Rochester. And that game between those two schools just underway from Rochester. So we won't have a final for you. We won't know during our broadcast who we're playing until after this comes back as a replay.
The receiving team, the normal receiving team, comes onto the field to receive this kickoff. Then there will be an offensive unit with some fresh bodies in there. A lot of them were in the last exchange.
Geneseo is going to go with their hands team just as a precaution. Rockford Lutheran may try an onside kick, and Haxby is back deep for Geneseo. Devin Haxby, a sophomore, stands by himself at the 15-yard line.
The Leafs second unit was moving the football quite well on their last possession until the ball was popped out of there and recovered by Lutheran on a fumble. But Leafs, they were, I think they had 2 first downs and were going to get a third.
Geneseo and Lutheran played a scoreless first quarter. Geneseo with 14 points in the second and 21 in the third to lead it 35-7 now. And this ball's going to go into the end zone. Haxby played that well, just watching it go into the south end zone. Here comes the Geneseo offense. Zach Mackey, number 65, coming out.
Parker Salisbury, number 71. Paul Castor, number 51. Love those guys in the trenches. Kyle Mayer checks in. Greg Rusk is going to run the quarterback spot.
Got some hugs going on the sideline. Geneseo knows this one's over with. They're starting to enjoy it.
Bailey Weber,
soak it in.
Bailey Weber at one end.
Motion by Medina. Give him the ball. Jody trying to cut it back inside. Has a short run of 2 yards.
There was nothing going to be wide. Defensive end of Lutheran boxed that one in and turned it in. Picked up a very short gain. Clock ticking away. 3.5 minutes left to go in this football game. 35-7.
I don't know if we had the crowd we had 4 years ago in the semifinal win over Richmond Burton, but that was quite the scene with the student body swarming the field after the game. Kyle Patterson was part of that crew. He was in 8th grade. His brother Ryan was a junior on that team, so he gets to see that as a player today.
Yep, different angle. When you're ringing the bell, it's a different angle.
Toss it back and stood up and dropped. Good form tackle there. Caleb Haxby with the carry.
Yeah, that whistle was blown dead. That ball popped out with contact to the ground, but boom, that was quite a tackle.
Caleb Haxby and Devin Haxby was one of 6 brother combinations on this team that was in the dispatch.
Nice article. Enjoyed that. Michael Hogsey checks out. He's running plays in and out.
3rd down and 7 for Geneseo. We're late in the fourth. 2.5 minutes to play in the game. Geneseo 35, Lutheran 7. Class 4A semifinal game. Up the middle, Jacob Aker, the senior fullback, out to the 27-yard line. They can't bring him down. And playing past the whistle is the Crusaders. It'll be 4th and short.
It's going to be 4th and 2, but they're going to have to kick this football away. They obviously don't want to give them the football that deep in their territory. So the punt team comes on. Mr. Golden Toe.
Kevin Wolak. I think he's only been in one other time to punt the ball.
He's going to punt the ball against the wind today, I believe for the first time.
Take this clock down as far as they can. 1:45 to play in the game. Play clock down to 5. Wolak
Oh,
spins this one out. Looks like a spiral coming off his foot. And gets right past the 45-yard line. Good field position for Rockford Lutheran at the 47.
once again, it had bite on it. It was just kind of a little punch 2-iron there with a little bite on it under the green. Kevin Wallach, the golfer, he knows how to do that stuff. Minute 37 seconds left to go in this football game, and it's going to be quite a celebration because 28-point lead is going to be insurmountable.
Lutheran with a touchdown in their last drive as Geneseo pulled their starters off the field. 35-7 is the score. And it's just a matter of time before it comes official that Geneseo is going to be moving on to the state finals for the 10th time in school history. Second time in 4 years.
Cody Bailey on the field. Haven't got a chance to call his name yet. He's got a big tackle coming up. You can see it. Sam Welch on the field. We got some sophomores out there now. Sam Welch out there in the defensive back position. And we got a lot of guys in there. Philip Anderson. We always enjoy Philip coming in and getting in the ball games.
So everybody getting a chance to get into the semifinal action here. Geneseo's going to improve to 12-1 on the season and go for win number 13 next Friday night. Lutheran, meanwhile, is going to bow out 11-2. They had quite a year, and again, a lot of young guys, underclassmen for the Crusaders. Expect to see them later on in the playoffs next year as well. So
Adam Smith on the field, trying to catch some of the numbers we haven't called out there. Adam Smith trots out. The junior.
Well, Rockford Lutheran still playing football. They're not taking a knee here.
I feel a big tackle coming up by Philip Anderson.
Pressure coming. Down goes Horton. Gage Blackert with the quarterback sack. And there's a senior, Gage Blackert, who comes up and drops the quarterback for a big loss.
I saw Philip Anderson stunt, and I thought he was going to get that. He got his hand on him. Gage needed help from Gage Blackert to bring him down. Nice job. Nice job, Paul.
70 seconds to play in the game. Geneseo counting it down here.
You're right. Now they got their second quarterback back in the ball game. Horton.
Second and long. Handed off. Oops. Slipping through. Running upfield across the 45 down to the 41-yard line. Logan Davis for the Crusaders.
That was Denny to put his helmet into him, I believe.
Under 40 seconds to play. Lutheran's going to have to snap it one more time. Green machine.
It was exactly Zach Denny on that tackle. Put his helmet right in his midsection.
20 seconds to play. Handed off. Davis down at the 42-yard line. That should do it. The final seconds coming off. We're down to 10 seconds. Guess who's back at state? The Geneseo Green Machine. They punched their ticket to next Friday's championship game in DeKalb. And here comes the middle school students onto the field.
They don't know what to do, but they're on the field.
Final score, Geneseo 35, Rockford Lutheran 7.
And you're right, Lauren, those middle school kids are going to remember this day. They're going to want to be part of that someday. There's some football players in that group out there, and they're going to want to be part of it someday. You know, just keep that tradition alive.
The seniors, big senior class for Geneseo. They were 8th graders last time Geneseo went to state. It's time to win one. Time to go and win a state championship at Geneseo, trying to get their 5th title in school history.
Well, everybody knows that Rochester's got a great football team. They're a 3-time defending state champion, and we know Alleman Pioneers have a great football team, but this is also a very, very, very good football team. I'd say on the verge of greatness.
Kyle Patterson first to the bell. Geneseo ringing it with a swarm of fans next to them. Celebration begins here for the Green Machine. They win it 35-7 over Rockford Lutheran.
Ryan Pitcher also up on that bell. Those guys, they must not have expended enough energy in the game if they can sprint to the bell or ring the bell. Having a blast out there, the guys are.
Here comes the high school students. They finally let them out. And it's going to be a Fun celebration in the north end zone. We can give you the stats here real quick. Team stats for Geneseo: 17 first downs compared to 14 for Lutheran. 55 rushing attempts today, 358 total yards for Geneseo. Negative 33 yards for Rockford Lutheran. Total yards: 358 for Geneseo, 190 for Lutheran. Time of possession: Geneseo with 28 minutes and 13 seconds. And turnovers today: Rockford Lutheran had a total of 5 turnovers. Individually for Geneseo, it was Lane Akery, the junior fullback, 24 carries, 186 yards, 4 touchdowns. Ryan Pitcher had 64 yards rushing and 1 touchdown. Webster with 42 yards, Singbush with 18, Snyder had 17, 13 from Joey Medina, 8 from Jacob Baker, Jordan Shanowski with 5 yards, Brandon Mislow with 4, and Caleb Haxby with 1. For Rockford Lutheran, James Robinson did not play much. He only had 3 yards, and their quarterback, total stats 15 of 28 for 223. So Geneseo shutting down Rockford Lutheran with under 200 yards. Geneseo 12-1 now, Bob, going for win number 13 next Friday night.
Lauren, we could talk for hours of all the things they did right in this game and in what they've done in the postseason, but the bottom line here is they believe in themselves, they believe in each other, and they believe they can get this done. And I believe they're going to go down there next week. They're going to show some people something.
If it's Rock Island Alleman, it'll be the first meeting since 2004. If it's Rochester, first ever meeting. But we take a great team down there, up there, I should say, next Friday night. So we're looking forward to it. We won't be able to do a replay for you on TV 50, but we will have the game live for you on TV 50 and also streaming as well. So you can catch us on the internet, you can catch us on the TV or the radio.
Then you can record it and replay it yourself.
That's right. Bob, thanks a lot.
You can have all the replays you want as long as you record it.
We'd like to thank Ron Hartman and Geneseo Communications for providing TV 50's internet streaming. Kim Kennan at the WGRG FM studio. Statisticians Willis Andel and John Buzzard. Our technical coordinator Keith Kennett. I'm Lauren Lemke. The final score: Geneseo 35, Rockford Lutheran 7. Geneseo moves on to the state championship game. So long.